Welcome back, everybody. My name is Dragagon, and this is Gregtech New Horizons. So I took a bit of a detour from the end of the last video. Actually, at the end of the last video, I was collecting the components for the Lich in order to make a set of wands. I've gone ahead and I actually made, so the progression goes, you start off with your iron-capped wooden wand, and then move on to your gold-banded wooden wand. Then you move on to the copper-capped greatwood wand, and then the gold-banded greatwood wand. So the two of these guys are the pair that you need the 4 lich bones for. So now that I have each of those, I've been doing a little bit of farming. If I go ahead and pull out my Thaumonomicon, I have done quite a bit of research. Most of this tab was already done. I'm leaving most of the warp stuff alone because I have not gone and made, where is it, under alchemy, I have not gone and made the bathing salts or the arcane spa in order to keep down my warp effects. But you can see that I have done quite a bit more research. I did the ethereal bloom and the magic tallow. I've done, let's see here, I did all of the stuff over here for the essentia tubes on up to the alchemical constructs for making the magical construct. I went up and did the void jar. Down here I did a little bit of the transmutation stuff. On the thaumaturgy page, I already had the gold wand caps. I've now gone and done the thaumium wand caps. I also went ahead and did the scepters, the magic staves, the silverwood staff core, silverwood wand core, greatwood wand core, got all of that stuff done. I've got the node stuff researched now, so I can start to stabilize and harness the viz of nodes, and there's something interesting with that that I'll show you here in just a little bit. Under the Artifice tab, I've been doing a little bit of stuff there, like the Worded Arcana. I did all of the tools. I did each of the runic shielding items, the Goggles of Revealing, the Arcane Ear, stuff like that. Golemancy I haven't touched. Atomagy, I went in and I did the advanced node jarring, and again, I'll show you why I went for this in just a little bit. Under Thaumic Tinkering, I haven't really done anything new there. It's all the same stuff that I had unlocked. I should probably go ahead and do the Talisman of Remedium, maybe do the rest of the Wand Focus and whatever else might be over here, the Gaseous Tenebrae. I don't know that I need the Tome of Knowledge Sharing, but I may end up doing that. One of the things that I need to do under Artifice is I need to figure out how to get to the infusion enchantments, because with infusion enchantments there's an enchantment that I'm looking at wanting to get. There's 2 of them. One of them might be broken according to the GitHub, so I'm not exactly sure. The electro magic tools, I did the Boots of the Traveler, the Feather Wings, I did the UU Matter, the Portable Node. There's a couple others that I can do. I did the Compressed Solar Panel and the Goggles of Revealing. I haven't made any of this stuff yet. It was just a matter of I'm going through and I'm slowly researching each of the things that have no warp associated with them. The Nano Boots of the Traveler would be nice. Under Gadamancy, I just did the Ethereal Familiar and the Aura Core. Haven't really touched anything else with Gadamancy. Maleficia is completely untouched because, again, more warp stuff. Thaumic bases, I did the Thaumonite, and then I went over this way to take a look at the Bloody Thaumaturge's Thaumaturge's robes, but I saw that it required warp, so I didn't actually go get them. Not a whole lot else here I've done. Yeah, I left this tab mostly alone as well. Thaumic Exploration, didn't really touch anything here. There are a couple of things that I might want to touch in the future. Thaumostatic Stabilizer, Ever Full Urn, things along those lines. Thalmic Machina is the interesting one. I was digging around in here trying to figure out what exactly this tab is useful for. My understanding was it was research for research's sake, but maybe there's some stuff in there I don't know. Energistics untouched, Thalmic Horizons untouched, Warp Theory untouched. But then over in the Witching Gadgets, I went ahead and I got the spinning wheel, knocked out the bag of tricks, even though I'm probably not going to make one. I did the Bewitched Fleece. This is the thing that I'm focusing on right now, and just unlocking some other miscellaneous stuff. Blood Magic, I unlocked everything that's non-warp related, so that I could get into Blood Magic later. The New Horizons stuff, oh hey look, I unlocked the Red Heart. I wonder when I unlocked that. I've been doing so much research I hadn't checked this tab because I didn't think there was anything really left for me to do. I should do that one. That might actually get me being able to make the heart canisters. That would be nice. And then under Witchery, I did everything under Witchery with the exception of the Fume Funnel for right now. So all of that said, I then went ahead and I crafted myself the full set of thumb robes. And the reason I need those is because, oops, let's see here. Which one is it? Maybe it's just an empty hand. Let me do that. Put that back, and doink, 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 and doink. Oop, there we go. And over here, I was using the spinning wheel that I made, and I've made these special threads here, the thaumium thread, the yarn, and the golden thread, because I am making the Bewitching Fleece. And with that, as you can see right now with what I'm wearing, it knocks down the iron cap one, so it's now 100%, so I can use that and at least get one of those guys. This guy, I can do just one as well. This guy at 96%, I can then grab these last two. And then what I can do is this, and I'm going to need that and that. And I'll need both of these in my inventory because these guys I can then upgrade into these better robes here. There's the Bewitched robe, which goes from the 2% of the Thaumaturge robe to the 5% of the Bewitched robe. And then the leggings will get me from a 2% on the leggings to a 4% on the Bewitched leggings. And that is extremely helpful because, oops, put those where they're supposed to go. Come on. Get up there. There we go. And now if I wear those, my stuff drops by an additional percentage. So now I've got a full 15% discount when it comes to my gold banded stuff. And it's still 15%, but it drops the iron cap to 95 now instead of being the full 100, and the copper greatwood wand to 91%. Now, I've been going through all of this stuff because I decided to go ahead, and if I go right outside the door here, there is my Infusion Altar. So I went ahead and I built everything I needed for the Infusion Altar. You can see all of the skulls that, well, not all of the skulls. I've collected lots of skulls. Turns out you only need about 150 underneath your, well, around your Infusion Altar in order to get the max stability out of it. So I have, this is, I believe, 4 stacks, so 256 plus a partial extra row. I need to finish these guys off because it's supposed to be symmetric or you do incur a little bit of instability. So I'll pop 2 more heads down here. And I'm planning on building this entire chunk here into the magic portion, starting with the Thaumcraft stuff here on the bottom floor and then going up a little ways and then putting in my blood magic stuff. Witchery, because it needs a bit more nature, will probably go out into the field or something along those lines, so it won't go right there. I mean, I probably could put like the fume filter and things like that there, but when it comes to growing the plants outside of being up in the farm where I've got the glow moss or something like that, I'm going to be planting stuff out in the forest outside there. So that has taken me a couple of days to get all this stuff knocked out. All that research did take a while. The whole reason I'm going through all this effort, though, is because I am trying to get enough of a setup up and running so that I can build... let's see here, is it... now I'm trying to remember where this is. I am attempting to make... oh, right, this guy right here, the Thaumic Restorer. Taking a Thaumium block plus each of these panels and one little bit of enchanted fabric and this stuff in order to make the Thaumic Restorer. In addition to the Thaumic Restorer, which will help repair my dark armor, I am also trying to get down here to build the Corporeal Attractor. That one shouldn't be too hard. It's just I need to make this Wand Focus of Telekinesis, which is an infusion, which needs the focus of Uprising, which needs a Sword of the Zephyr. And so I was going through all of this effort so that I could get a nice Infusion Altar setup going so that I can build these various things and be able to start a Wisp Farm. And the Wisp Farm I want so that I can run more infusions and so on. So it's kind of a self-serving little cycle. Have a Wisp Farm with the Corporeal Attractor and a Diamond Spike, collecting the those little auras that they drop. I don't have them in this chest. There's another chest that has some in there. But anyway, getting to drop those, pumping those through the alchemical furnace and breaking them down and putting all that stuff back into my infusion stuff. So that's where my focus has been for the last couple of days. That's why when you take a look at my armor that I've got here, when I pop it all on, if you take a look at it, you can see it's fairly heavily damaged there. I mean, we're talking, I've nearly broken the thing because I have been using my Yar to farm the Viz from the mob farm. That's why I have so many Wither Skulls, and trying to level that stuff up so that I can build all this stuff. And yeah, it's slow going, but we are nearing completion. Now, the whole reason I was talking about some of those things like the advanced node bottling is because if I come right out here, I have right there a marker for a hungry node. Now, it's not right at that spot. It's actually just a little past it. You can see that glowing spot. Where is it? Right there. That glowing spot right there, that is a hungry node. Actually, if I grab out... oh, I made them into glasses. I need to make a new thing, but you can see I'm not doing anything, and it's slowly drawing me towards it. There is a nice little hungry node there that I want to build up, and then let me get out of this rain real quick here. The reason I want to build it up is because I went in the journey map, went all the way up here, and found out that I've got a set of Taint with some village there, and that way I can bring the node over there and convert it into a tainted node, and then bring it back and put it in what is it, the node stabilizer and the other thing that makes it go into Centiviz so that I can then power more of a setup. So yeah, that huge long spiel just to say that I have been playing with Magic, trying to get to the point where I can get further in Magic at a later date. Here in a little bit, I'm going to try and hook up the rest of this setup here and see if I can get some HV power going. So I'm going to stop talking, I'm going to go do some setup, and I'll bring you guys back in, hopefully once I have some HV power running. And I'm back, and I've done a bit more with the base, namely a spot that I marked out earlier as being for the implosion compressor now has the implosion compressor set up. If we take a look at the map, I've placed it pretty far away from any place I'll be, so when this thing pollutes, it'll pollute these 9 chunks down here. and that way I won't have to worry too much about running into the pollution myself. It is where the EBF is, but that's alright. The EBF, for the most part, I run in, drop stuff off, run back out. Right now I am just powering it with a basic combustion generator, and I've filled it with a little bit of the diesel fuel, and then I took care of all the maintenance problems, so now it's just a matter of having the materials to do stuff with it. I've gone ahead and I've started to set up the turbine to get HV power, but it's not quite done yet. I still have to feed it the water and feed it the oil, or the heavy fuel. However, I have set up and got running my distillery here. This thing is power positive, even if it's just barely. But when this guy runs, produces the heavy fuel, or the heavy oil pops into here and comes out as all 4 of the sulfurics. Those guys have, and it took me a little while to do this, I've got item stock keepers and item extractors here, so that it will drop them down into here with item responders and item extractors for the cells. And then those go into these chemical reactors, which have pumps between them to import the fluids from the tank into the reactor. So all of those guys run along there. You can see they're filled with stuff. And then I have 4 super tanks, which have some of the refinery gas, some of the light fuel, some of the heavy fuel, but I haven't made enough of the sulfuric naphtha to deal with that. And then the last thing I've done down here is I took my distillery from when I was making the heavy oil into the heavy fuel, and I've slapped it down here, and now I've got wood tar coming into it and making bits of toluene, and that is there so that I can start to collect that stuff and be able to take it to a fluid solidifier to make the gelled toluene in order to mix with the sulfuric acid in a chemical reactor and start making some regular TNT that can be used by the implosion compressor in order to start getting into Galacticraft. So the entire point behind all of that stuff is to get myself a self-sufficient power setup. This setup right now is slightly power positive, so that when the heavy fuel goes into my large steel boiler over there, that will just be additional power that these turbines are creating that don't have any effect on this stuff running all the time 24/7. Right now I just have it running the pyrolyze oven in order to make the wood tar. The wood tar is then going down and making the toluene. It's also making the benzene that is then still powering this guy as well as itself. And so that way I don't have to worry too much about running out of power, but that will build up my toluene supply so that I can start making those things. Basically right now it's slow going because most of the fuel is running, or most of the benzene is running around to fill up the different combustion generators. This guy, because he's attached to the farming station, wastes fuel even if the output is full, and so on, or at least I believe it does. I believe it's a constant amount per tick even when the output is full. So even though it does climb up slowly with this one LV generator, it still is constantly drawing power, which is annoying but worth it, simply because I am going to be making use of that spruce wood. So yeah, have that going on. Otherwise, I was able to get the sulfuric gas and refinery gas quests finished up because I had them coming out of the distillery, and just cleaning up a few extra quests here and there where I can, but realistically I am working towards the space race, namely getting these compressed components here in order to make them into the alloy, in order to then compress those into the heavy duty plate and get moving towards that the wonderful space race stuff. So I'll slowly be getting the compressed steel, making the rubber sheets for the carpets, and also working on my oxygen mask and getting started with things like that. So I will be bringing you guys back in once I've got a little bit more to show, and we'll see you shortly. And I'm back again, and this time with just a little bit of an update. I went ahead and I made all the required materials in order to get my oxygen mask. In addition to that, with the toluene, I have been building up the gelled toluene to the point where I now have the 64 regular TNT, which did actually complete the TNT quest that is underneath the implosion compressor. This stack of 64 TNT will go towards making 32 of the compressed items that I need. As you can see right here, I've got the 16, and then I have in my inventory the other 21, and then the what is that, 42, 47 of the triple steel plates, because I need 10 of these to be for the buggy, and the other 37 to be for the Space Quest. Right down here, the heavy duty plates, that'll get the 37 compressed steel for that, as well as the 10 compressed steel for that. I'm going to go ahead really quick. I've got my 30 rubber sheets here so that I can make, oops, I guess I need 36 rubber sheets. And it looks like I'm going to need to make more rubber. But that will get me the rubber sheet portion of the buggy. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 10 compressed steel. I'm going to continue to build up my gelled toluene. I'm going to see if I can make the other piece of this. For the ITNT, it takes the same 26 toluene cells. It only takes a stack of the gelled toluene, and then they want 32 nitration mixture, which I have all the way down in my chest down here. Let's see if I have it real quick. I've got 24 of the nitric acid, and the nitric acid I can put into, is it the chemical reactor? No, the mixer. If I put it in the mixer with some sulfuric acid, I'll get twice the nitration mixture out. So I'm going to take 16 of those 24, mix it with 16 sulfuric acid cells, and get the the nitration mixture that it wants, which will get me the 32 for that. And then I should be able to use all 32 of that. Basically, I'm going to try and make a stack of the industrial TNT, because it'll only take one of each of those to make each one of these things into a compressed plate. The other thing that I'm working on is my aluminum. I'm using kyanite ore right now in my macerator in order to grind that up and get towards more aluminum, so that then I can smelt this down in the EBF and have it ready. My pyrolyzed oven has been running basically non-stop. I disconnected this little bit right here, just running this guy and the tree farm. It's filling this thing up so much that it just stays a constant full, and so that way these guys, as they process the charcoal into the wood tar, it feeds into here, which is then feeding into this. This right here, I was working on enough stacks of the gelled toluene in order to make the regular TNT, but now that I see that I have some of that nitration mixture available, I'm going to actually switch over what I can to making the iTNT, the industrialized TNT, and go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode off here. I'm going to continue working towards the space race, and hopefully by the time I get started with the next video, I will be really close to having all of the compressed plates all of these compressed plates done so that I can quickly make the heavy-duty Tier 1 alloy ingots in order to make the heavy-duty plates to make the Tier 1 rocket. Let's see here. Opening that up does get the oxygen gear. It wants 2 pumps, a motor, 5 oxygen pipes, and an oxygen concentrator. And I have the gear here, so I can at least get that portion of it marked as complete. But I will still build up this stuff because I will need to use it anyway. The oxygen compressor needs an oxygen concentrator. I'll use the oxygen pipes, and I guarantee I'll be using pumps and motors so I can get past that quest and into the rest of my space gear. So I will see you all in the next video. Till then.